Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com. Today we're going to make a meal in a pot. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a variety of mixed vegetables and we are going to have some fish in our pot. So this will be our meal with tilapia fish, a nice white meat. Now honestly, I have not been a fan of fish. When I was brought up, we had breaded fish out of a box and that's what I liked with lots of ketchup. And I haven't eaten any of this for years, and I have not eaten fish in a long time either. But I know my viewers out there, I know there's so many that like fish, and this will give you some variety. And actually this recipe is quite tasty, and I do enjoy it. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. Now I've chosen this type of fish. It's a white meat tilapia fish. It's milder, it's not as fishy as some other ones, so this is why I've chosen it. So if you are somebody that's not into really enjoying fish, maybe you want to give this one a try because I think you might be surprised. So the first thing I do is I've got two fillets here, one for my husband and one for myself, and I'm going to add salt on each side of the fillet, and then once I've got that done, I'm going to just set it aside. So we'll set this aside and we will continue. Now the next thing, I have a fennel. These are going to be some of the vegetables that we are going to be using. So I have my fennel and I'm just going to demonstrate as to how to cut it up. Now this is where your root is, the core. So I'm just going to slice off the end, and then we don't eat this part, so I am just going to cut off them, and then there's a couple of options. You can peel with a peeler, or you can peel off by hand, but you're going to lose quite a bit of it. So what I'm going to do to start is I'm just going to cut this in half. There we go. And we're going to take out the core, if you can see that. And you can smell the licorice. Fennel has a lovely smell of licorice. There we go. So some of them have peeled off the dirty ones, so they can fall off like that. And then on this other one, it's not coming off very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to peel off that outer layer. And that's all that needs to be done. So now we're just going to take and chop the fennel up. You can tell I'm not a pro with the knife. And we're just going to chop it up just a little bit more. So I'll do that with the other half, and then we'll have our fennel cut up. We're going to put our vegetables together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom of the pan. And I already have the burner on so that we can get things going here. So we're just going to move it around a little bit. And then we're going to add, excuse me, 100 grams of carrots. And we're going to get this burner heated up a little wee bit more. So next thing we're going to put in is, I had a leek. So I chopped it up. So I've got a chopped up leek, 1 leek in there. And I've taken my fennel that I chopped up and have added that. And I have a medium-sized zucchini chopped up. I have fresh rosemary that I've chopped up, and that works out to be about a tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of rosemary. The burner has been turned down, and I'm just going to cook this up for a few minutes. The next thing we're going to add is a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now if you have hot pepper oil, that would be amazing to use also. That way it's more distributed equally in the oil compared to the flakes itself, because you could bite into the flake and it could get quite warm on you. We're going to add 2 cups of diced tomatoes. Now the tomatoes I used were an organic bio dice. The carb count is very low on it, and that's what we're looking for, is just having low numbers for our carbs. The smell is delicious between the rosemary and that licorice smell and the onion, like the leek smell. Oh, it just smells really nice. Now we're going to add a cup of white wine. Now I'm using a Chardonnay is what I am using. I think you can use any kind that you'd like. And then we're going to add some salt and pepper. And some pepper. And we're just going to let this simmer. Now it's been approximately a half an hour that I've had it cooking, and the juices are almost gone in it. Now I'm going to take my salted fish and I'm going to lay this on top of the vegetables. We'll have to move that around a little bit. Move it over so that we can cook the whole thing. There we go. So I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm just going to let the steam and all the juices come up through the fish, and it'll be ready soon. I've already taken my 1 fillet of fish out, and I'm just going to show you how I did it. I scooped under with a lifter and just added the other stuff with it. So there is our vegetable medley with our fish. So here's my low carb tilapia fish with a medley of vegetables. Now I know people are concerned I put carrots in. The carb count, I didn't put that many in, so it's not going to be outrageous in the carb count. You could substitute for some other vegetable if you'd like. The fish is very mild, which is good for me because I don't like a fishy flavor fish. I hope you give it a try. It's quite tasty. It's got a little bite to it with the red pepper flake in it. We added a little more salt on top when I was serving it to my husband because he felt it needed a little more salt. But other than that, it's quite a nice dish. So I hope you go to lowcarbrecipe.ideas.com, try this recipe, and try many of my other recipes. And check me out on Facebook, Gail's Low Carb Recipe Ideas, and put a like there. Spread the news. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.